Alright guys, Josh here from JetSki Brothers. Today on the V8 Swap LS JetSki, there's gonna be fiberglass and broken skis and some new parts sent to us from the jet ski gods in the heavens. You've all been waiting for an aluminum engine block, but we're getting
a major company coming on board and sending us over some parts.
Alright, this is actually Josh here, and Jason hijacked my intro for this video, but that's okay. He got that thing 99% right, so we're just gonna go with it.
99%? How about 1,000%?
Vote with your views, make sure to watch this video and some of our other videos, just to send your support to the V8 jet ski build video series. This hull has some damage to it in different places in the fiberglass, so I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that right now while I'm kind of waiting for parts for the engine and whatnot. I'm gonna go ahead and tackle some of the problems that I have on this hull. So this corner right here is definitely the roughest area, and some of you may know, some of you may not, this ski was a rental ski at one point in its life, and this corner here took the brunt of the damage. Now there is actually some spots that have been repaired on this, and you can't tell from the outside, but when you look on the inside you can really tell. Let me show you. And there's this kind of stuff. I don't even know what to call it. Some sort of hardened material. You can see it here as well. And, you know, there's no evidence of damage there. So it's been fixed once before. Also has some up here in the nose. And there's no, you know, visible signs of damage on the outside. So this thing's definitely seen its share of dock smashes when it was a rental ski. I gotta make some fiberglass repairs on this as well, so I went ahead and took the engine out just to make my life a little bit easier. And now I've got it bagged up in the corner there. Something that I want to say about the engine is that I'm not set on using this particular block. You know, I'd rather have more displacement, and I would kind of rather have an aluminum block just for the weight savings, but the cost is prohibitive for me. But if one of you guys want to send me an aluminum block that I could actually use, then I definitely would do that. And I'd take, you know, a short block or a long block or whatever you want to send me. But enough talking, let's get back to work. I'm getting set up to do some fiberglass work along the rail here. Want to make sure that I don't have any little damages hidden underneath when I put this thing all together, because obviously we're going to be putting this thing through a lot of stress with the torque of that V8. Did some fiberglass work on this, and I went ahead and let it dry overnight. parts have arrived. Today, I know what this is, and I'm pretty stoked about it, to be honest. Check that out. Holy HP. I got plenty of t-shirts. Super excited about this, the Holley HP EFI. And one of the things that was kind of a big deal was when I was talking to the guys over at Holley, they said the HP is actually Coast Guard approved. So for, you know, like a boat application, you want to go with the HP. And I believe he said that the Dominator was also Coast Guard certified, but don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. I originally wanted to go with the Terminator EFI, but after talking to the guys over at Holley, ended up going with the HP EFI, and that is because this one is actually Coast Guard certified. What's cool about the Holley EFI systems is that they have these setups that are just for the LS engines, and it basically comes with the wiring harness all set up, just plug and play ready. So that's going to be really nice. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to go with the Holley EFI in the first place. If you look way back in my videos, you'll find a video of me installing a Holley EFI system on my 1969 Mustang. Now that was a long time ago, so don't expect that video to be great, but if you want to see it, you can check it out if that's something that you're interested in. But here's a little clip of the Mustang. We're going to get back to the V8 jet ski in just a minute, so stick with us because we've got some more awesome V8 jet ski stuff coming up. Now, as far as the oil pan is concerned, this is one that is painted black, but they also come in a natural aluminum finish as well. It's much shallower than the original unit that I have. Nice thing about these Holley aftermarket oil pans is they make a few different ones for different applications of like different hot rods or whatever you want to put those in. So you just check out their website and you might find they have the exact oil pan for the swap that you're doing with your LS. But it comes with all this good stuff. Obviously you got to have the shorter oil pickup, and then it comes with all the hardware. So I got Jacob here helping me out. He's holding Milo so that I can do stuff.
Yep, we're hanging out and loving every minute of it.
Now, what do you think about Holley coming on board and hooking us up big time?
You know, it reminds me of like the 90s when people would get free stuff. Like, I remember hearing stuff like you'd have your local dirt bike guy, pro for your local area. You're like, yeah, I don't really get anything for riding. I mean, I get a couple of free bikes and some gear and some parts, FMF sends me a pipe and that type of thing. And, I maybe make like $500 at the races every year. That's kind of what this reminds me of. But I love that we have it. So
back over to this guy.
Yeah. This is a sign Josh has finally made it.
We'll see. Either following front and back, or your warranty will be void. Ooh.
Oh, man.
Ooh. I'm going to go ahead and throw that away real quick. I'm just kidding. I'll read that later.
He's going to memorize it verbatim.
Right now, I'm just checking this thing.
Flash drive?
It looks like bolts. Ooh, yeah, I think this is a flash drive.
Most people don't know how to go and get a flash drive, so yeah, I could understand that.
Oh, what a beautiful piece. And this...
Yeah, it's got that crap on it like a jet ski ECU.
It's got this crap on it, and I believe that's why this ECU is rated Coast Guard rated for approval in watercraft. So,
And Milo just kind of burped up a little bit right when he said that.
watercraft? Alright, we're just looking through stickers and whatnot. Holly sent me, well, just the stickers that were in the box, of course. You know, with any expensive product you buy, they usually send stickers. But here is an old toolbox. I got this toolbox from my dad, and you know, he's got all the stickers from back in the old days, like the 70s or whatever. And you can see he does have Holly stickers on there. And guess what? It's still pretty much the exact same logo and sticker. Awesome.
Hey, I got a good one over here. Check it out. This box that the oil pan came in, it's actually set up pretty good for a baby, I think. Like, it's got the back rail. Look, he's got back support. It's got the foam in there.
Holy crap.
You comfortable, Milo?
Let me get the sticker.
That's an oil pan box. Voila! Hey, it's Count Milo. Are you? Hey, he's even kind of got the shirt. Look.
Here is the bottom side of the waverunner, and it's got quite a few spots where it's been bashed. Here's that crack that I had mentioned before, and you can see I drilled a couple of little holes here just to kind of see what we're looking at, and it's definitely some old crappy repairs, so I'm going to sand it down to see what we got going on. Why did I drill that hole? Well, I drilled that hole because I think that there's a whole bunch of water in between the two halves. Me and Jacob keep moving this thing around. I'm like, man, it just seems too heavy. And then that crappy patch job there was like water on it, like it was leaking water out. So I drilled that hole and I can see water in there. Next day here, and I worked quite a bit on the underside of the ski last night, grinding and whatnot. And I also was able to do a bit of patchwork on the back side of the top piece, like the backfilling on the fiberglass. And I ground a whole lot on that thing, so let me show you what I had to do with that. So here's some of the backfilling that I did last night that I was letting dry, so now I can properly patch this area. But that's not the point here. What the big deal is, how much I had to grind on this underside. Let me show you down here. Just kept having to grind more and more and more material off. There were so many bad repairs that I had to grind out, and basically I had to get down to the real actual hull, which is this black fiberglass, and there was just a bunch of bad repairs done on this. And this was where the crack was. I had to grind that way out. That had repairs on top of repairs on that section. This is the original fiberglass repair somebody did. But what's crazy is look at how much of this is gone. It's like this thing was dropped off a trailer or beached like onto straight up concrete or something. All right, Jason has showed up and I was showing him the underside where it's just like demolished in the front end.
Did you show that to them?
Yeah, they've seen that already. So we were
I hope. Or maybe they will see it. Let's ruin the timeline.
No. But we were just chatting about how do you think that even could have happened?
Since it was a rental, I for sure think people crashed this ski. Like, probably crashed it into the dock. I'm sure they beached the crap out of it like a million times. People who rent skis don't know that, like, boats don't just stop or there's no brakes. That definitely happened.
Yeah.
And it's the front end. That is so what happened.
My thought is that the angle of the damage on this front end piece and how severe it is, it looks just like the angle of like a boat ramp. Something in some renter just crashed it straight into the concrete boat ramp.
Yeah.
It looks exactly like that angle.
One of those ones with like all the cuts in it.
Oh yeah,
One of
just
those cuts
ground it
just
off. Could have just patched up kind of what was on there on the underside, but you know, it had like repair on top of repair, so it's been bashed, smashed, and crashed in that front end multiple times, and it kind of seems like maybe it was dropped off of a trailer or rammed into a piece of concrete or something like that. So in my opinion, it wasn't worth it to just sort of patch that up. I needed to just get down to the original material so that I could go ahead and do the repair the right way. I didn't like having multiple different kinds of filler on there and just like who knows what kind of, you know, resin they used and whatnot. So I ground it all the way down, and now I'm gonna have to rebuild that nose piece from what it is right now. But I'm pretty confident that I can take care of it. And I guess if the naysayers need another thing to say it can't be done, there is that nose piece that needs some fiberglass. And you can go ahead and tell me how that'll never hold the power of that V8 engine, and the hull will split into a million pieces and sink to the bottom of the ocean. But realistically, I have a lot more fiberglass to do on this machine, and I'm really not interested in like a step-by-step fiberglass process. So my thought is to kind of do some more fiberglass work on this thing, maybe on the videos, maybe not, and then hopefully just kind of get you a bit of an update on the next video where this thing is at. And by next video, I'm meaning next week, probably on Sunday, and I mean like the next video of this build, the V8 jet ski build. If you haven't figured it out yet, Holley is the major company that is stepping up and coming on board to help us out with this project. And with Holley helping us out, that is a huge benefit to us, because Holley does a ton of parts for the LS engines. I think they have more parts for the LS stuff than any other, you know, parts company has. And I was really surprised when I went onto their website at how big their catalog of parts was and how many different brands they sell on their website. I always thought of Holley as being like parts that you buy from somewhere else. So, you know, like something that you would buy from like Summit or Jegs or whatever. But Holley sells, you know, their own stuff, and they have a huge line of products. So it's definitely worth a look at the Holley website if you're doing any kind of an LS build project yourself. Something else really interesting is they do sell some jet ski stuff. They have like some jet ski ignition stuff. They have the MSD ignition parts for the watercraft stuff, which is pretty cool. I will put the link to the Holley website in the description of this video so you can check it out for yourself and see what kind of parts they offer. I also will put links to the parts that I use in this build as well. I do have a bonus video for you guys today, so you're going to want to make sure to check that out if you want to see a little bit of extra kind of behind the scenes and some other stuff that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I do have some outtakes from this video. The way to get to the bonus video is to click into the description of this video so you can find the link over to the bonus video. And I know that you guys watching on TVs can't do that because I've tried to do it on my TV and you can't really get to the description of a video. So sorry about that, but you're gonna have to watch on a cell phone or a computer if you want to be able to click on that link. Remember, vote with your views. Make sure to check out the rest of the V8 jet ski videos if you have not seen them already. And that's it. See ya!